I got completely sabotaged there. Honestly, what happens at 8:15 in Orkney? So apologies if you lost me, but I'm back. This is the second half of what we were talking about. And hopefully, in a moment, I will find some of you, which would be nice. All right, so apologies that you lost me. I lost you too. I turned around to the screen and you weren't there anymore, and nor was I. Right, so to recap, we've talked a little bit about phones. I think we've got a better connection, and now I'm going to talk about mirrors while I still can. And if anyone knows what happens at 8:15 in Stromness with the internet, I'd love to know. Right, so talking about mirrors then. So first of all, you saw I had loads of dust. So with my fiddly, now I'm going to call it rather than diddy because I love that name, my fiddly duster all the way over. But let's be honest, it's not just, oh, look at that. I love the dust fibre. If you don't have one of these, get it into your life immediately. But then we also need to clean it. And this is where sometimes people say, well, I don't really know. Do I use this because I have it? Do I use this because I have it? Do I use this one? Or do I use this one? Or do I use this one? And what's the difference anyway? So let's talk about what some of the differences are. Well, this one here, as we know, one of Enjo's lightest fibres, the Living Soft Cloth. I really like this. I use it a lot. It's like a damp duster. And what I like about it is I can use it anywhere. I can use it on oiled wood. I can use it on varnished wood. I can wipe over everything with it, which is exactly what I do. Right, so if I'm out just giving the whole of the living room a bit of a clean, then that's fantastic. But as we know, on things like mirrors, we need an enjofil to give it that shine, because the fibres, our fibres, have absorbency, but they can't disperse the water droplets to make it streak free. And so that's where we enter our enjofil. Now we have two of them, and we have one that is a windows and we have one that is tighter. I think that's the best way to describe it, which is our living enjofil. And if I have a look on here, I'm going to try and show you what that means in reality if I'm cleaning a mirror. All right, so if you have a look at the top, there's still quite a lot of moisture there. If I take you over here, you can probably see it. All right, so there's still quite a lot of wet all the way round it, and it will eventually dry, but it's going to take a little bit of time. There's some moisture on here, but there's not a huge amount, because this one is designed for me to get all the way round all of the glass all the way outside my house. That's why it's a windows enjofil. It's not as tight, it's not as absorbent, but it's great for cleaning like your combi wiper or what you're going to be using there. But this one, the living one, is a brilliant fibre because it gives that very tight finish. So if you have a look where I've got all this moisture down here, you can see instantly that the living enjofil has picked all of that up. So it becomes very wet. What's the best way to show you that? I think like this, you can probably see. All right, so you can see we've got wet still up here, but down here, it's dispersed the water droplets really, really quickly and easily. So if I'm cleaning mirrors in the house, I would always grab my living enjofil. So that's the one that I would be using as well for glass panel doors, and I would use it for the TV screen, and I could use it on here as well. So we were talking about the tech cloth on my laptop screen, but I can also use my living enjofil, and if it's a bit dirty, then I like to use the Living Enjofil because I can use it slightly damp and it just picks up more of those like little fingerprints and stuff, which is why, people, this little pack is so brilliant, because you've got the little tech cloth that you could also use, and you have a little enjofil, a little living one, which is great for doing your screens as well. Now, I know therefore that we've talked about lots of options, because you'll say, well, you've said that I can use this one on screens, and you've said I can use this one, and you've said I can use this one. So what do I use when? Well, I suppose a lot of it is about what you have available. So if I have just a little lens cloth with me and my screen is dirty, then this is going to be what I use. But I can't expect it to deal, one, with such a big surface area, and also just some of the level of the grottiness that there is, particularly in my house. All right, this one, again, great for doing my screen, and I like it because I can get my whole hand flat, and that means that I have a bigger surface area to be able to clean. But again, it's a light clean, right? You know that because we use it dry. I don't think there is anything better for doing your specs, right? There's nothing better for doing your sunglasses. And as you saw, all right, absolutely incredible for doing your phone as well. But sometimes we also want to give it a clean. And so for cleaning with Enjo, all right, that's usually about us using an element of damp that activates the fibre, that enables it to take out the dirt. So that's where this one and this one, when I'm out and about for wanting to clean my phone or trolleys, is absolutely brilliant. All right, but for when I'm doing my mirrors, then I'm so excited I have these Mondays. Honestly, my house is actually getting half decent. It's very exciting. All right, so then I would be using my Living Enjofil if it's not very dirty, and it's only then with Enjo that I need to step up and start to use a deeper fibre. So that might be that I'm using my Living Soft Cloth, but sometimes it's even more dirtier than that. So if you have a look on the top of this mirror, there's a little bit of sellotape that was stuck on it, because we got this from some second-hand shop, I don't know, a gazillion years ago, but have obviously never cleaned it. And I know that the Enjofil's not going to be able to shift that, but I know that if I step up with my fibre, I can feel that that is starting to disappear. All right, and you can see now that all of that is away. Now that's not going to come off with my lens cloth, but it is going to come off with the fibre, and then I can just dry behind with my Living Enjofil. Remember with Enjo, all right, whether I'm doing my bathroom mirror, whether I'm doing a mirror here, wherever it is, I don't need to dry it within an inch of its life. And that's the advantage of this one, because it disperses those water droplets to tiny, tiny, tiny. So you get this really great, very clear clarity of shine. But when I'm outside doing my windows, all right, and I'm using my combi wiper and I have all the edges to do and I'm cleaning off the bottom, I need great absorbency. And that's why I'm going to be using my Windows Enjofil. Okay, so we don't have all these different fibres because we're trying to con you, all right? We have different fibres because they've got different functionality within the times when I would use them. But use what you have. Now, in that, I'm not saying take your kitchen sponge and clean your toilet, all right? But what I am saying that within reason, if you haven't got everything, then send me a picture and say, well, what do I do when I've got this? And what do I do when I have that? And I've got this, and these are the fibres that I've got. So how can I make this work? And let's try and make it work for you. All right, so that you can end up getting off sellotape that's been on your mirror for the last 7 years, waiting for a little live to it to happen. And that we can end up with screens that are nice and clean and clear. Because I think over this winter, this is going to be the way that we're probably conversing with more and more people. So at least let's see them. All right. And through my specs, I can see you. And that's a good thing. Right. What other news do I have to share? Well, first of all, can I just say thank you for hopping back on. All right. Sorry that I lost you in the middle there. Goodness knows what happens. I think all connection to Stromness is cut at 8:15. All right. But thank you for coming back on and joining me. And if that happens, we will do it again. First of all, we have a special on our hand soap. I just have to say, if you use this, now's the time to stock up, and you can have 2 bottles with £7 off. So it's 2 bottles for £45. For the Christmas pack, Caroline, I will send you after this a little PM with all of the brochure on it. Okay, so you'll be able to have a look and tell me which of those Christmas packs you're after. Okay, and then I will be able to help you out. All right, so 2 of these, £7 off, so that you can get 2 for £45. It's a limited time offer, so I would make the most of it. If you like this, so now is the time to get it. All right, I love it. It's very soft. It's really mild on our hands, etc., etc. I love that. Other things that I have to tell you. Oh, yes, I do need to tell you this. So you will have seen, some of you, that I treated all of my fire with a leather and wood balm. It was all brilliant, except the top of my fire became very, 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 very hot on Saturday. It was absolutely foul night here. We lit the fire. It was very hot. And the top of it, like it would even if you did a stove paint, did give off a smokiness. It wasn't smelly, it hadn't become nasty, but I wanted you to be aware that if things get very, 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 very hot with our leather and wood balm, then it is going to give off that. So I probably, next time, I won't do the top. The sides seem okay, but the top definitely has burnt off a little, and that obviously does have to go somewhere. Right, so I think that is us for tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that that has made some clarity just about when you're using all these bits and pieces. Our Christmas, I'm allowed to say it, gift guide is available. If anybody would like that, please let me know. And if you would like to be put into my VIP group, then please do join me there as well, because it's where I do, well, just little things just for you lovely clients who love Enyo. And, oh, 33 degrees. No, I need warm here. Bring it here immediately. It's freezing here today. Right, but not so cold that I haven't been in the sea. I have to say that. Have a great week, everyone. Stay safe. Please, if you've got questions, if you've got Enyo sitting in your cupboard that you're like, I don't even know what that is, then please let me know and we can have a little look at that as well on a Monday, because what I really want to do is help you get the best and the best return on investment out of what you have. Okay, so have a great, great week, and I look forward to seeing you next Monday, and stay safe, and thank you for joining me. Bless you very much. Cheers then. Bye bye.